held on me every promise, even when they cracked in your hands. You said you loved me in echoes, words fading like footprints in sand. I tried to trust the silence, but silence always sounded like you, hiding another story behind the things you swore were true. Every part of me kept breaking while you stayed calm in the storm. I begged for something honest, but lies were all you'd ever form. So I'm drowning in your half-truths, pulled under by the things you never said, caught between your love and ruin, and the memories you left for dead. I'm suffocating in the maybes, in the pieces of the you I never knew. If loving you was water, then I've sunk too deep to break through. You painted us in silver, but the shine was only on the frame. Underneath the pretty picture was a heart you never meant to claim. I kept searching for the reason why your eyes could never stay, but you only love the feeling of someone you could drift away. I held on tight for nothing, you loosened every thread. You kissed me like a promise, then left me like the promise was dead. Now I'm drowning in your half-truths, pulled under by the things you never said, caught between your love and ruin, and the memories you left for dead. I'm suffocating in the maybes, in the pieces of the you I never knew. If loving you was water, then I've sunk too deep to break through. Maybe I should have known better than to trust a fading touch. Maybe loving you was always just a little bit too much. But I'm learning how to breathe again through the wreckage of your lies. And someday I'll stop wondering why I wasn't worth your tries. I was drowning in your half-truths, lost inside the person you pretended to be. But now I'm rising from the deep end, finding who I am without your gravity. No more choking on the maybes, I'm letting go of every ghost of you. If loving you is water, then surviving you is something new. We were fire in the moment, burning brighter than we should. But every flame you ever gave me never stayed the way it could. You whispered dreams into my hands, then let them fall like they were dust. I kept believing in forever, but forever never learned to trust. I'm trying to move forward, but every step brings me to you. Your ghost is in the places where my heart forgot the truth. Now I'm lost in the afterlife, where the echoes of us still lay. You're gone, but somehow everywhere, a memory I can't unmake. I'm standing in the quiet, where your promises Your shadow lingers on my heartbeat, like a song that never ends. And I'm caught inside the verses of a love we couldn't mend. I tried to stitch the broken pieces, but they never fit the same. You left me holding questions with no one else to take the blame. I keep reaching for the closure that you buried in the past. You said you'd always love me, but always never last. So long in the afterlife, where the echoes of us still ache. You're gone, but somehow everywhere, a memory I can't unmake. I'm standing in the quiet, where your promises gave up. You're not here, but you're not gone, and I'm lost, lost in the afterlife. Maybe healing isn't leaving, maybe it's learning how to stay with all the broken parts of me you didn't choose to take away. I'll learn to breathe without you, even if it hurts this much. I'll rise from all the pieces of the love that turned to dust. I was lost in the afterlife, but I'm finding who I am again. Your ghost no longer owns me, and your shadows start to thin. I'm stepping from the quiet, where your promises messed me up. You're not here, and that's enough. I'm done being lost. No more after love. I keep the lights on when I'm sleeping, 'cause the dark reminds me of you. Every silence feels like footsteps of the love I thought I knew. You're gone but not forgotten, not in the way I wish you were. You left your mark like bruises in the places that still stir. I try to outrun the memories, but they follow like they know my name. You walked out with all your reasons, left me drowning in the blame. Your shadow still hurts, every corner holds a piece of you. I keep telling myself I'm healing, but the wounds say it isn't true. I'm haunted by the moments when I swore you were my world. You're long gone from my arms, but your shadow still hurts. I packed away your letters, keep trying to forgive you, but the past won't let me breathe. You're the ache I didn't ask for, yet the one I can't release. Your shadow still hurts. Every corner holds a piece of you. I keep telling myself I'm healing, but the wounds say it isn't true. I'm haunted by the moments when I swore you were my world. You're long gone from my arms, but your shadow still hurts. Maybe love was never gentle. Maybe you were never mine. Maybe I was only something you'd remember for a time. But I'll learn to face tomorrow, even carrying the scars, 'cause the light is slowly breaking through the dark you left behind. Your shadow still hurts, but it's fading as I find my way. I'm learning how to breathe again in the warmth of a different day. I'm letting go of pieces that were never meant to stay. You're gone and I'm still learning, but your shadow, it hurts a little less today. I still wake up to the memory of the way you said my name. Even though you walked away from me, my heart still beats the same. I keep holding on to moments that were gone before I knew. You left without a warning, but the hurt stayed here with you. I tried to stitch the quiet where your voice used to belong, but every thread I pulled just unravels what went wrong. I'm bleeding for someone gone, for a love that's already moved on. You're a ghost inside my heartbeat, a bruise that lingers on. I'm drowning in the empty space where your warmth used to be. I'm bleeding, still believing in someone who stopped believing in me. I keep talking to the shadows like they might answer back. Your absence feels like gravity pulling me into the cracks. The pieces that you left me don't feel like they did before. You were everything I'd die for, but you're not mine anymore. I tried to close the chapter, but your name won't let me write. Every word becomes a memory. It keeps me up at night. I'm bleeding for someone gone, for a love that's already moved on. You're a ghost inside my heartbeat, a bruise that lingers on. I'm drowning in the empty space where your warmth used to be. I'm bleeding, still believing long before the words, but I'll gather up the pieces, even if they're stained and red. 'Cause healing isn't painless, but it's better than the dead. I'm done bleeding for someone gone, letting go of what can't be undone. You're fading from my heartbeat like a shadow losing sun. I'm finding strength in the quiet where your voice used to be. I've bled for you too long, now it's time to bleed for me. Room still holds your echoes, even though you're far from here. I trace the lines of memories just to feel you disappear. Your laughter used to fill the spaces, now it lingers in my mind. I keep talking to the quiet, but it never answers in your kind. I thought I'd outrun heartbreak, leave your shadow in the past, but every time the night falls, your absence hits me fast. It's the silence you left behind, louder than your goodbye. It follows me like a ghost in every corner of my life. I'm drowning in the quiet where your heartbeat used to lie. I can forget the things you said, but not the silence you left behind. I try to fill the empty spaces with the person I should be, but every step I'm taking still walks back to your memory. Your touch is gone from my skin, yet it burns like yesterday. You left without a warning, but the quiet chose to stay. I'm learning how to breathe again, even when the air feels cold. I'm facing all the truths I never wanted to be told. It's the silence you left behind, louder than your goodbye. It follows me like a ghost in every corner of my life. I'm drowning in the quiet where your heartbeat used to lie. I can't forget the things you said, but not the silence you left behind. Maybe loving you was fragile, maybe losing you was fate. Maybe all the words we never spoke were the ones that came too late. But I'll rise from all the quiet, from the echoes of your name, 'cause healing